All right, here's 15C, writing the equation of a line. Essentially, with all these problems, you need two things. Number one, you need the slope. Okay, sometimes they give you the slope. Sometimes they say that you're talking about a line parallel. Sometimes you say you're talking about a line perpendicular. But essentially, you need the slope number one. Okay, this problem doesn't give us the slope, so we're going to need to find that. The second thing is a point. This is typically the easier thing. Not always, but in this particular problem, we have 2 points to choose from, so we just have to pick whichever one we want. So we're going to write this equation in three forms. Point slope, which we'll do in blue. You carry point slope into slope intercept, which we'll do in green, and then into standard form, which we'll talk about in red. So the first thing I'm going to look for is the slope. So I'm going to do the slope. Like we just talked about, it's y2 minus y1, 11 minus -4, all over x2 minus x1. So this should come out nice. You get 15 over 5, which is the slope of 3. So cool. We got slope 3, good to go. And now, like we said before, I have 2 points that I could choose from. I'm going to use this point. If you recognize right away, this point actually tells you the y-intercept, and that could save me some time. If I'm trying to put this in slope-intercept form, I already know it's going to be y equals 3x plus 11. If you're like, what is he saying? Just keep working, and I'll show you the steps to get there. But that is the y-intercept because that is what y equals when x is 0, and that's what a y-intercept is. So the first thing is point slope. This form looks like this. Y minus y1 equals slope times x minus x1. So I'm going to do this. Take my point 11, slope 3, x minus x1 is 0. And actually, for our purposes here, we're done. That is point slope form. All right. In order to get slope intercept form, I'm going to switch to green. You take this equation and you carry it out. You solve it for y. So I get y minus 11, distribute the 3. I get 3x minus 0. I'm not even going to have to do that. Add 11 to both sides. And y equals 3x plus 11. All right. The last one is standard form, and this one gets the least amount of play out of all forms of equations. And what standard form is when you want the equation to have integer coefficients, right? Meaning they're not going to be fractions, and you want x and y on the same side. We typically see standard form when we solve systems. So that's the point of doing standard form. So to turn this equation into standard form, I just need to do one little step, and that is to subtract 3x from both sides. All the coefficients are already integers, so I'm good there. So the standard form of that equation would be that. So just kind of a quick recap of the three forms: point slope, slope intercept, and then standard, which again is a little different. But hopefully that helps you to complete the rest of these problems from number 15.